in this meeting of the chapter of the nationalities and communities that are here today to express some rights of words, to listen to Venezuelan who were born in any of the 5 continents of this planet. I want to give the word to the lawyer and deputy Fayruz Harally from Lebanon. Go ahead. Very good afternoon, and of course I'm very proud of starting this council for the sovereignty and the peace, and a special greeting to our president of the assembly, Jorge Rodriguez, the first vice president, Pedro Infante, and the very beloved America Perez, Luis Eduardo Martinez of my party, and of course to our dear Nicolas Maduro Guerra, who has come with his trajectory with the religious subject that is so important to Venezuela. Venezuela has 3 colors, which also holds the biggest natural resources of the world. It has a diversity of flowers and animals and a very loving people. It is the country, of course, of the most beautiful women. Today facing you, it's a Venezuelan woman who was born in Margarita Island from Lebanon parents that, as many of us, came to Venezuela fleeing from war, knowing that this country has been for decades the country that has held many citizens from the world and other nationalities. I am in the obligation and the duty of recognizing the support that this country has had to a noble cause, to its empathy, to its bravery for the defense of those who are most vulnerable in countries like Lebanon, Syria, and Palestine. Thank you from all of the Arab community that lives in Venezuela for the humanitarian acts in support of this situation that is not new, and I mean the situation of Palestine that started in 1948 and fundamented in the resolution of the UN known as the Resolution of Partition that proposed to divide the British Mandate of Palestine in a Jew and Arab state, which led to the war a few days later. The Balfour Declaration during the First World War expressed to the UK the establishing of a part for the Jewish people in Palestine, which then led to the destruction of the area. This catastrophe of over 700,000 Palestinians who had to move and forced them to migration without a right to return. Yesterday, October 7th, it's been 2 years of the war that is disproportionately and invisibilized by the communication media, where the economical power and imperialism have prevailed together with fascism, and of course the call of the right to veto of the United States, where all of the international law has been violated. As you mentioned, all the humanitarian and human laws, the Geneva Convention, and of course the Roman Statute, and we ask ourselves, where is the international justice course? The more than 1,000 resolutions of UN, the Oslo Agreement, the recognizing of many countries of the state of Palestine, the occupation plan, as it's been grossly called by the Prime Minister Netanyahu, where he expressed a total occupation of the territory and his true intention over this territory. Why? Because we have to call these things with its name, and this is a genocide of over 60,000 Palestinians. And if we do a mental exercise of the territory of the Gaza Strip, which is 45 kilometers, and it means that 6,000 people live in 1 kilometer. Means that any attack on this territory is deadly. This expansionist plan has been and has originated a situation of calamity. This last 22 of September, a high conference was done in New York under the chair of France and Saudi Arabia in an effort to end the conflict and a calling to the International Alliance for Peace, when they were looking to end the war and allow the entrance of humanitarian law, prohibit the hunger as a weapon, the restoration of the occupation forces, and stop the annexion, and establishing a status quo for the sacred places, which is also important, and a pacific transition for the application of a peace plan that was approved on September 22nd. in front of you, it's a war refugee. In 2006, I was the witness to the attack of Israel to the Lebanon, where I was in my vacation. Over 300 Venezuelans went to Syria, fled there, and thank you to the Venezuelan embassy, we were able to move ourselves here to the country thanks to the efforts of Chavez. No one told me, I lived it, and that is why the calling will always be to peace. That is why we support the decree signed by President Nicolas Maduro of external commotion, which looks to protect the territorial integrity and sovereignty, independence, and the interest of the Republic facing any aggression that can present itself in the country. Paying attention to the words of the President Mahmoud Abbas, we are not going to leave our land. You can't achieve peace if justice doesn't happen, and you can't do justice if Palestine is not free, independent, and sovereign. As it was expressed by the father of the Venezuelan democracy, Rómulo Betancourt, let's look for what unites us and let's not look at what divides us. That is why, comrades and people of Venezuela, today is Palestine, but tomorrow it might be Venezuela. Thank you very much.